Have you been rolling with Budo pretty much since day one?
No, actually, my first album, Irreversible, was all me. That was that album was like, to me, it was almost in a sense like it was kind of like a hobby album. I never really expected it to go anywhere, and then 2 months after I released it, I'm doing $3,000 a month off iTunes on it. Like
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy for me. But I did that by myself with a guy named P. Smooth at a studio that we had called Robot Room Records or Robot Room Recordings, and we bought the top floor of this old real estate agency from the 70s, and it was like full of like old real estate, like old like phones and typewriters and like file cabinets and stuff, and we had to like take it all out and smash some walls down and build a studio out of there, and that's kind of what conceived Irreversible. And
Yeah.
then when I've always known Budo from Seattle. He produced a great record called Language of My World by Macklemore.
Yeah.
I brought him with me through Sioux Falls, and to me, I feel like Macklemore might be one of the best MCs I've ever heard in my life. But so Budo started getting a lot of recognition from that, and then his national buzz started blowing up as he started working with some bigger cats and stuff like that. And we ran into each other in Chicago, or no, Urbana, Illinois. And from there, he sent me a beat CD. I didn't use any of the beats, and then I think he sent me Catapult, and I wrote and recorded that, sent it to him. I sent him a beat. He changed the drums on it, and then 4 weeks later, we had 88 Keys and Counting.
Which I am going to play one off of that here in a few, but because I love it. But that's cool. I mean, have you been?
And we never intended to actually start a group together. We intended to do a song, and then from that one song, it just turned into several songs. And
yeah, interesting how that works out because you all mesh very well together, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, he's my dude. I love that guy.
Have you been doing much DJing lately, or are you just kind of sticking to the vocals?
DJing as in like production, or
just that hobby stuff, just that stuff you started out doing,
Yeah, I mean, I DJ. I don't know. I mess around at home and stuff, but and whenever I'm on tour, I try to get like the DJs to sometimes like take a break and let me spin because I love it, and I only play West Coast gangster rap, so. I don't know. I don't do much. When I was in Seattle, I used to have a weekly night where I would spin 60s, 70s soul. But now that I live in New York, I don't really have the time, especially with all the new things going on in my life. Like, I don't see myself having any time off or any time to do anything like that until after the summer. So.
You bet. Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's stressful, but it's good.
Yes. Okay, so I gotta talk about it, man. Definitely excited about the new Unknown Prophets disc. That's dropping on the 3rd. You're gonna be up at First Avenue.
Yeah, very excited too to play the First Avenue. Like, very excited to play that.
That ain't your first time playing there, is it?
Well, no, I played there back in 2007 with Atmosphere, but it's being billed there and it's like actually being responsible for putting people in there is intimidating and also very very cool experience, I guess.
Yeah, you bet. A lot of history.
Room, and it's a legendary room.
You bet. You bet. I've spent many a nights throwing up in the back of that fine establishment. And did you actually see? Now, this was a misconception I had growing up. Like, I used to think that people that collaborated together actually were in the same studio. Was this one of those coast-to-coast collabs, or did you actually get to hit the studio with the UPs?
You know what? We tried to hit the studio together. I am maybe one of the most difficult artists. No, I wouldn't even say it. There's so many more difficult than me. I'm hard to get in one spot long enough, and if I haven't conceptualized a song, it takes me a while to write. I'm not one of those writers that can just write the verse in 10 seconds and be fine with it. I really like to sit down with my stuff and I recorded that in San Diego. My boy Destructo Bunny runs a studio out there in Ocean Beach, and he tracked that for me. So
Awesome. That was just your verse then? You didn't have, they wrote the song and you wrote the verse and that was that then?
yeah, I wrote the verse and I did some singing on the hook as well that I think they took out. But yeah, it was that whole album. I don't know if you've gotten to hear much of it. It's amazing. They're not doing any samples really. Madsun's playing all the guitar, and Jess is doing all the drum programming. And it sounds, it's almost like a rock record. It's really, really cool.
Which is cool for me. I've been a fan since the first time I heard Road Less Traveled, so I'm super excited
me too, man.
For a new one to come out. And so let me plug that show again. It's on December 3rd at First Ave, La System D. CD is coming out. That's 701 North First Ave in Minneapolis, and it's going to cost you $10. I'd pay twice that just on general principle. So hey,
double up, we need it.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
All right.
What's up with the Ill Children disc, dude? What's is it dropping soon or
the current one or the new one?
The new one.
All right, we're working on a new one right now. It's kind of hard because I'm never in one spot long enough to really get anything done, but Type is a monster when it comes down to that stuff. Like, if you gave Type a whole album's worth of beats, he could write you an album in a week, basically.
Yeah.
So, we are, let's see, I think we got 5 songs done right now. We were just going to make an EP, but my manager and my close friend Matt decided to make it a full length.
Awesome.
So we're going to take a little bit more time on it.
Cool.
But definitely when we're mixing the 5 tracks right now down, so we can start trying to get a little bit of buzz. And definitely when I get that ready, I would love to send you one, and then maybe Type and I will call you up and we'll talk about a couple of the songs.
Yeah, definitely. Big supporter of Type and the Let Go and all those cats out there in the Pac North for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if many people know, but you and Type did some other stuff too, right? Other than the Ill Children stuff?
Well, we've been featuring on each other's records, ever since we started. Type is the first MC that I ever really started working with, and he's been, a brother and a best friend to me. And I am producing his new record, which is kind of turning out to be 2 records. He wanted Whiskey Soaked Dreams, and then he wanted a funny one called Dead Baby Jokes for Bereavement. So we've been working on that right now, and that I don't know if you saw that whole internet voting thing for him.
Oh man, I went nuts. I hope that those multiple votes actually counted, because I steady voted for a couple hours.
Yeah, I think he lost, but I think he legitimately won. Well,
how could it be a lost? He was like way ahead. Well.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
All those nerdy kids started stuffing ballots at the end, but whatever. He's still the best to me. He's my little champion.
Yes, I hear you.